Okay, we're back into the game.
Okay.
Set to bed. I'd just like to thank her for letting me join the team. I'm glad to be here. Okay, she has her regular style. I'll do my best to pull my weight. We're happy to have you. Yeah, welcome. But you can loosen up a little, okay? Don't worry about being so formal. I'm sorry, I'll try to address that in the future. Still sounds pretty dang stiff to me. 1,000 pardons. And now she sounds like some kind of samurai. Hey, either way, we got another teammate now. That's awesome. Indeed. We're glad to have you as well, Yoshizawa-san. Well, as long as we're dropping the formalities, you don't have to bother with the honorifics. If it's okay, I like everyone to just call me Samir. If you're sure, then in that case, once again, welcome to the team, Samir. Thank you. Oh, look, tomorrow, are we all going to that Mementos place? I think that was the name. That's an option. But we still have plenty of time. We don't need to attempt an infiltration if we're not wholly prepared. Yeah, as a leader's call, we'll be counting on you more than ever, Ren. I hear you. I'm ready anytime. We've got more firepower now, but our target this time is so much more powerful than any we faced so far. We should probably get ourselves as ready as possible, like Yusuke said.
Morning.
No, good morning, Amamiya. About the fancy request, if I find any this year, I'll be sure to pass the info on to you. Sounds good. There aren't many posts now, but it looks like there are still plenty of people in trouble. We're all counting on you, Phantom Thieves. Dispense justice. There are still people in trouble out there, huh? That could mean there are still some targets left in Mementos. Whether there are or not, we better be prepared for anything. Who knows what might happen?
Oh.
Morning, Ren. Mishima-kun.
Hey.
Hey, if it's okay with you then, can I stay after school? I'll be in the usual spot. Alright, thanks. Was she wearing a bow tie? I can go on ahead. Oh, sorry, we're all good now.
I'll be counting on you then.
I'm gonna get going. See you later. Does the school's atmosphere seem different to anyone else? Atmosphere being? The general mood, I suppose. Everyone seems so happy. Some of them seem like entirely new people even. I've been seeing it too. You think this is Dr. Maruki's influence? If the stores and circumstances seem radically different from before, it's a safe bet. Shit. This is all so crazy. Ren, let us know if you want to go to Mementos. I can be at the hideout anytime. Hideout? What's up? Where are y'all gathering? At LeBlanc. Is that Best? Is a public cafe? It's cool. No customers around anyway. We're always there anyways. Then it's settled. We'll all meet up at LeBlanc. Okay, I will see y'all there.
Hey.
Make sure we're all stocked up on important supplies. We don't want to run out of something when we need it most.
Now then.
We have until February the 3rd. Let's stay focused there.
Hey.
Oh, that's right. Didn't it seem like later on has something you want to say? I think she's at the underground wall right now. Why don't you go check up on her? Man, the Phantom Thieves and Akechi-kun were the talk of last year. What do you think is in store for this year? I bet it's going to be completely normal and uneventful. Even the news is super lame or tame. we do gotta start taking college entrance exams this year. It's probably better for us that there's no drama. Or we'll use people. Doesn't seem like good things have been happening a little too often lately. The start of the new year changed our luck. My luck certainly has. I found nothing but limited items now. Even with the start of the new year, you're still all about those limited items, huh? So what kinds are there? First, there's the Osechi chocolate, which is still at the convenience store. It's so pretty, it's almost a shame to eat it. And next is the special Chimaki, which is sold at the Chinese bun shop in Kijoji. I happen to be a regular there. That juiciness is practically addicting. Wow, those both sound amazing. Sounds like this year is off to a great start. There are probably tons more to take the time to look. Being surrounded by limited food items is such bliss. Okay, let's go try out some of that food. But first, let's draw the logo and see what happens. Oh yeah, they got really popular for a while. And this art is really like the thieves, huh? But its drawing's way too big. Oh, I remember this logo. The bandits, right? Oh wait, was that even their name? I wonder what they're doing now. Anyway, so yesterday, they don't even seem too interested. I guess that's to be expected with things as they are now. Looks like nobody cares about the thieves anymore. Alright, so first things first is going to the clinic. Buy some stuff.
I see. Try not to suffer any unnecessary injuries. I want the data I collect from you to be of use. Why do you have such a serious look on your face? Well, which do you want?
You got any like SP stuff or nah?
Some people think you can recover from a cold faster if you don't take any medicine. But I recommend taking something to temporarily subdue any symptoms.
Okay, let's see. Need something that's more stronger than this, which you don't have. Well, I guess it's fine. Okay, so I'm actually Yusuke. And probably a few more. Okay, first of all, what is on saying? There you are. Oh, hey, friend. Thanks for coming.
Could I ask
Sorry, that's so
what you're
sudden.
doing?
But you have no time to talk. There's something I really need to tell you. Are you free? Seems like Anna has something on her mind.
Hey.
Lady Anna seems look trouble. So what do you think? Are you gonna set some time with Lady Anna? We're already maxed out already, but okay.
Thanks.
Then can you come with me? Sorry this was kind of sudden. I know it's my cram, but make yourself at home. What's the plan today? Oh, I didn't call you here for anything big or official. Sorry. Actually, I wanted to give you a proper apology for everything. You know, because I got caught up in the life that Dr. Maruki made for me. That's in the past. I guess, but even if you're okay with it, it's really been bothering me. Honestly, I'm still trying to figure out what the right choice is. I mean, I don't think Dr. Maruki's reality is better or anything, but I can't stop thinking about Shiho, or how great her life could have been if things were like this. I know the feeling.
Thanks.
Don't worry, I'm still gonna fight back against Dr. Maruki. This world could make a lot of people happy for sure, but does that really give him the right to change reality? Shiho was still moving forward, even after everything she'd been through. She didn't lose hope. My strength came from her. That's why, when Makao Shido said he killed himself, I told him he couldn't run from it all. She didn't run away, so he can't either. And if I took the easy way out now, I'd be letting Shiho down. You're right.
Yeah.
You're so kind. You're kind of familiar, huh? Back when I finally broke down the Kamoshida stuff, you listened to me like this too. You didn't know me at all, but you still listened to everything. I couldn't figure it out. Like, I kept thinking, what's this guy's deal? Not only that, but you helped me with Shiho and my modeling. You're nice for your own good. Anything for you. Yeah, I get it. I can't stand a sad face on a pretty girl, huh? Anyway, I really am grateful, but that just makes me feel even worse about accepting this reality.
I'll give it a go.
I'm never going to lose my way again. From now on, I'm going to face reality. For me, for Shiho, and for you. Oh, no way. There's another awakening.
Do you think...
Is this my power? I can't believe it. Wow, that looks really like some BDSM stuff.
Alright.
Transform to Celestine. Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready to move on. Thank you for everything. I promise I'm going to do even better from here on out.
Bye.
Okay, what's this? Next smash attack deals over double the damage for all allies. Damn, that's pretty beast. You know what? Why not? Let's do that.
Yeah.
No, you're home. The weather's getting colder. Make sure to keep warm when you sleep. There's been this streak of weird posts on the fan site. My mom's acting weird. I'm so lonely and hungry. Can she not see me? She doesn't answer me. The house is so cluttered. I'm such a mess now. Worth looking into. I thought you'd say that, so I'll grab some extra info in advance. It says the smartphone's registered owner is Kuniko Kagami. The kid's gotta be making the post about using her mom's phone. I rechecked the name with the metanav and there's a hit. I think it's safe to assume that this mom is neglecting her kid. Good work. Hehe, no, I didn't do much, except for, everything. I think I assume a kid should never fail to feel like she doesn't matter to her mom. I want to bring her back to her senses. I'll discuss this more at the Hine, okay? Well, if we're already got hidden mentals, we can't just ignore it. And from the sound of the pose, the victim here is just a little girl. There are still lots of people out there who need our help. Let's see what we can do for them.
Hey, hey! Hey! Yep.
Make sure you close up.
Alright. Let's have how we meet those beings. Let's go to the convenience store. And there's something to hear that the girl said that's interesting to buy.
What do you want to do? Welcome.
Restores HP to all allies. Let's buy it, actually.
What do you want to do? Take your time. What do you want to do? What's that supposed to mean?
Sir, I have an update for you. I'm actually living in Japan with my mother now. Japanese has really improved, hasn't it? Now I won't have any trouble working here. I'm so happy that I get to work here in Japan. I'll continue working hard so I can take care of my mom. What? Since when? I have no idea. And yeah, your Japanese is suddenly impeccable. You sound like a completely different person. Really? But I mean, it's good that my Japanese improved so much, right? I guess that's true. This New Year's party was a fancy one. It reminded me of the bubble economy back when I first ran the company. As then we're living in bubble right now. In other words, I'm going to burst soon. I didn't say anything about it bursting. The economy is ultimately the result of people's wishes. So I'm sure the bubble will continue so long as the people want it to. Okay, interesting. There's Lavenza. And I think she's looking at me. Yeah, she is. Alright, first things first. Lavenza again. Alright, so harass people. Get a real job. I'm sure your parents will agree with me. You're right, my old man was an upstanding guy that never gambled. The way I'm living now, I can't look him in the eye. I want a change of heart. Officer, what's important is that you believe in yourself. You can do it. I have faith in you. It was nice of you to let me tag along on your dinner date the other night. Of course, I felt guilty hogging all the happiness to myself. Oh, you're so sweet. But the guy your boyfriend brought along was pretty good looking too. That friend's apparently saying he wants to go out for dinner with you. Shut up, really? Has springtime finally come for me too? Okay, these gay men are chilling. Now what are these guys talking? When I'm out in public, people point and take pictures of me. Yep, you're all over social media now. Do you know people call you screaming Asakura? I didn't think it out like this. I'm not sure if it's a good or a bad thing either. People recognize you more than they do me, Mr. Asakura. You're kind of like an idol in a way. Wait, let's think about that for a second.
I can see it.
Alright, so anything here I can buy? Nothing. Nothing interesting.
Oh!
Oh, let's grab some of these. No matter whose fortune I'm reading, there's nothing but joy and good times ahead. It's almost like uncanny. It's nice that everyone's happy, but why does it make me feel so anxious? Well then, shall I read your fortune in detail?
What shall we do?
I want a fusion alarm.
Here we go. What do you think?
Alright, and let's see what else. Let's do this with Horse Yusuke at areas.
Here we go. What do you think? Yes.
I like that she's so nice she don't kick me in. Unlike Caroline. She's stretching.
What shall we do?
Why are you stretching?
I've been waiting for you.
Well, I guess it's good exercise to stretch.
Would you like to register it? Please be aware that there is... Let us aim for greater height. Let us aim for the top with accessories as well. Let us aim for the top with accessories as well. Let us aim for the top with accessories as well. Let us aim for the top with accessories as well. I'll go
Let's
slightly rougher on
see.
them. Be prepared for... Please be more careful than usual. Fusing several at once? Is this okay?
Yeah, what's this guy? Actually, maybe later.
Please
It's just
be
a
more
fusing
careful
hair.
than usual. It seems to have a decent amount of strength.
So, this looks like it's an ice type.
Is this okay? It seems to have a decent amount of strength.
Yeah, I think I'll grab this guy. The Arabian Mother of Goddess, also known as Alat. She was thought to reside in the Black Stone at Kaaba. She and her son Dusura were worshipped there as desert nomads. Interesting.
It seems to have a decent amount. Select a skill to inherit.
Decreases SP because of ice skills I have. Oh, hell yeah. Ice Amp, that's for sure. Invigorate, that's for sure. Ollie Dance, for sure. Yeah, let's do that as well. Turtles and nipples? I have no idea. Sure, what happens there? Let's trigger happy. Increases chance of critical from gun attacks. Okay. This is a nice little boost. Concentrate sounds pretty good. Ice Age, okay. Now we're talking. Now we're talking.
It seems to have a decent amount of strength.
What's this? The persona of an Earth story. He appears before different dates and states of virtuous. He's a universal figure appearing in myths around the world. Many stories involve his death and rebirth. This guy's an absolute beast.
It seems to have a decent amount of strength. Fusing several at once? It seems to have a decent amount of strength.
This guy looks like a beast too. Okay, what's this Metatron?
Let us aim for greater heights. This card can only be obtained during an alarm. This card can only be obtained during an alarm. Let us aim for the top with accessories as well. Let us aim for the top with accessories as well. Let us aim for the top with accessories as well. You're stopping? Please be aware that I'll go slightly rougher on them.
Yeah, okay. I think we'll just do that.
This is a worthwhile strengthening.
Wow, that's really powerful with wind.
This is a worthwhile strengthening. Let us shoot for the stars.
This guy has light. Yeah, let's go for it then. Okay, we're level 90.
You're stopping? I'll go slightly stronger than usual. The compendium, yes? Registering a persona? Would you like to register it?
Oh, hell yeah. Register that guy for sure.
Please be aware that there is no... Be prepared for... Please be more careful than usual. You're stopping? How was the alarm? Oh.
Is there anything here? So I think what I'm going to do is let's go to the gun shop actually.
Sheesh. Yo.
Let's see. Got any new gear? Oh, you do got some new gear.
Some
Okay.
enthusiasts like heavy guns. There are companies who use heavier plastic in their manufacturing process, but the heavier a gun gets, the thicker it becomes. Nothing you can.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, which one? The air's dry, so be careful when you're handling gunpowder.
Damn.
Sounds
All
good.
this armor.
All right. All right, which one? There are all kinds of knives. Some of them are shaped funny too. I'll get some in stock to show you. You're gonna love them. Okay. All right.
Okay, here we go. Take all my treasure.
Come again.
Where's the thingamajiggy again? Velvet room. Title Lavenza.
You've come.
Good day. Thank you for coming. If I may be abroad, can I ask you a favor here? A favor? The truth is, I still have memories from when I was split in two, spending time with you and visiting all sorts of places together. So I have been wondering, would you show me your current home? I'd like to see the room that has shaped you into the person you have become. I do understand my timing is not the most appropriate, given the current state of the world, but sure, let's go. Are you certain?
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Let us be off immediately.
This is a storage room, yes? But where is your room?
This is my room. You're looking at it. I live in a storage room.
Oh, I would never have guessed. So you prefer cramped, dingy spaces. How fascinating.
I mean, not really, but I don't have a choice.
Please, tell me more about yourself. Oh, I'm sensing some unusual energy around this desk.
What kind of energy?
Your infiltration tools are made here? Could I possibly try my hand at it?
I mean, okay. You know how?
Well, I've never made them before, but there is a first time for everything, correct?
Yeah, that's a good attitude.
Now, what should I make? Ah, I know! To show my gratitude for rescuing me, I shall craft for you a secret weapon.
Okay.
I think you'll be rather pleased with it. This is trickier than I expected. Uh-oh. Well, I can fix that. Ouch! Cursed screwdriver, how dare you defy your wielder? Obey me! Drive those screws! Oh, screw it! Megado! It seems my time out of body has led to my becoming somewhat undexterous. While it pains me to say it, your secret weapon will have to wait. More importantly, I should be using this time to learn more about you.
Okay.
Is this your bed?
Yep.
It's surprisingly similar to the one in your cell. Can you truly rest here?
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable. Better than the cell's bunk.
Really? Well, it only makes sense that you would have bedding softer than that in a prison. May I sit?
Okay.
optimum firmness, ideal warmth. I'm not sure why, but I feel so calm here.
Oh my gosh, she fell asleep. She fell asleep.
You fiend. You'll pay for splitting me in two. Let's see how your holy grail holds up to this sledgehammer. Take that. Huh? It didn't work?
Seems like she's fighting someone here in her dream.
Oh, wait. You can't. No. I'm being split again. Was I talking?
You were sleep fighting.
Please, forget whatever you heard. It was just so comfortable. Perhaps I allowed myself to relax a little too much. I sense some residual energy here as well. Ah, you use it for training? May I ask for a demonstration?
Okay.
Come on! 1, 2, 1, 2! Put your back into it! You think you can save the world like that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2! Don't expect me to go easy on you. I'm doing this for your sake.
Oh, she's showing her Caroline side. My arms are going to cramp up.
Well done. Such commendable willpower.
Look at me. I look like Yamcha.
I can sense some lingering energy around this television. Or is it actually coming from the box attached to it? What is this?
It's a video game.
I see. I've heard quite a bit about these remarkable devices. They say that once a player begins, they're unable to tear themselves away. If it truly can entrance humans to such a degree, could you play a bit for me?
Okay.
I see. You're piloting the spaceship, and your objective is to destroy the oncoming enemies. Look how they scatter. This is quite impressive. You weave around each bullet with dizzying precision. Whoa, there's so many of them now. Oh, you're surrounded. Look out, on your right. I mean left. No, they're in front now. Use the boost. Look, it's the boss. Fire the beam cannons. Annihilate it.
I beat the game.
You did it! The world is saved! A most dexterous display. I can certainly see why humans get so passionate about these games. Perhaps I'll ask my master if we can install one in our room. I've enjoyed this first-hand glimpse into your daily life. It was quite illuminating. Before I became whole, I visited many places with you and gained a wealth of new experiences. Thanks to that, I feel like I've come to understand humans better. And perhaps more importantly, I feel like I understand you better. So, thank you. Though you have cast off your shackles, I will still await you in that room.
Okay. Well, I got the fuse stuff, so yeah, I'll be there.
This is a token of my gratitude for today. Please, take it.
Enduring soul, okay.
It would be a shame if I were to leave so soon. May I stay a little longer?
Okay. After hanging out for a while longer, I escorted her back to the Velvet Room.
Hi!
Trout as always. Now for today's train news. Today's headlines are Japan first in the list of most prosperous countries. Others are praising it as the perfect model of a developed country. The first economic boom of the 21st century. Several businesses are reporting massive increases in earnings. The new cabinet shows strong approval ratings. As our antiquated political system been changed for the better? Everyone's faces look so calm for some reason. But this happiness can't.
What's up?
Yo. Waiting to ambush me? Don't say it like that, man. So, running out of time later? There's something I wanted to talk to you about, if you're free, I mean. Sweet, thanks. It was definitely worth waiting around. Crap, is everyone else already at school? We got a book getter in.
You know,
I was cleaning my room the other day and I found a collection of stories that I bought when I was a student. You've all heard of The Restaurant of Many Orders by Kenji Miyazawa, right? It was aimed at children, but even when you read it now, it really pulls you in. Speaking of, one of Kenji Miyazawa's strengths is his sense of naming fictional lands in his stories. Ayahatov is the most famous among them. This place is loosely named after the author's hometown. Okay now, Miyakun.
answer this question.
Where do you think the fictional land of Ayahatov was modeled after? Hawate?
This is it.
Way to go!
Yeah, that's correct. Ayahatov is Kenji Miyazawa's fantasy world, is utopia. A utopia is an ideal world separate from our own world.
Nice going!
You're in a little paradise, huh? It'd be amazing that actually existed. All the booze and meat you want. Oh, but then I'd be fat and perpetually hungover. You know what? Maybe things aren't so bad as they are. Kawakami is pretty realistic. About the actualization, did something happen? One of my fellow artists no longer works in the medium. You mean they gave up painting? To be precise, their entire history and existence as a painter are no more. For real? Actualization sure is some spooky stuff. But doesn't that mean Maruki just killed their dream? No, in this reality they have apparently always been in archery. They're quite skilled as well from what I've gathered. Seriously? But why archery? I don't know the exact reason, but it was most likely Maruki's judgment call. He pried into your associate's cognition and concluded archery to be the best fit for them. So that's what Dr. Maruki considers salvation. He probably concluded that the arts were just generating suffering for them. I suppose he thought this would be a superior path. Now that you mention it, they did say before that they were stuck in a terrible slump. But does that mean all of the effort up until now is just wasted? Protecting people from their pain must matter more than their lost efforts. From his point of view, of course. What a hellhole. I couldn't have put it better myself. It's so pretentious. It's nauseating. Throwing away your past to live in blissful ignorance. Yeah, I could never live like that either. I've already given up on that dream. I want to take better care of myself. Drink with the group? Are you stupid? You can't drink during a discussion. The manager? He's always been reliable. He's so considerate of his subordinates too. You're going to forgive your boyfriend. What if he starts hurting you again? What are you talking about? He's never done that. We're totally happy together. I wonder what Rosie wanted to talk about this morning. So based on those messages from the loading screen, I feel like people are now starting to really wake up, it seems like.
Hey, hey.
Don't you think the classroom's vibe feels different? Maybe it's because of Maruku's power. Yeah, probably. Okay, let's see. Allows you to swap current member party with backup members during anyone's turn. Wait, swap current party with backup members during anyone's turn? You know, that's really good. I like that a lot. Now let's swap over her. These seem like pretty generic.
I should write something.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna save the game, and we're gonna end it for today. Come back next time.